Hello, good morning to all. Hello, I am Advin. Please let me know. Hello, good morning. Is PPT visible to you all? Please respond to me. Hello.
No, sir.
Okay. Now, is it visible?
Yes.
In last lecture, I told about index and then various types of index, such as simple index, composite index, function index, reverse index, bitmap index, and then what are the various advantages and disadvantages of using index, and then how to create various types of the index, and then how to delete various types of the indexes. Today you all are going to learn PLSQL. PLSQL stands for programmable, or you can say programming language, and SQL is structured query language. Here PLSQL is an extension of SQL. So there are various drawbacks in SQL. We can't write program in SQL, and we remove that things in PL SQL. Programming means we have control structures, we have looping concepts, we have conditional statements, and in this way we can write the program. Okay, so PLSQL stands for Procedural Language Extension to Structured Query Language. PLSQL is a block structured language that enables developers to combine the power of SQL with procedural statements. In PLSQL, generally we use various SQL statements also, but there are various constructs. Through that constructs, we can write the program as we write program in C, C++, Python and Java. All the statements of a block are passed to the Oracle engine all at once, which increases processing speed and decreases the traffic. Suppose in SQL we want to execute multiple statements, then we have to execute all the statements separately, and in this way there is a heavy traffic, and obvious if there is heavy traffic, then processing speed will be decreased. But using the PLSQL block, we can reduce the traffic, and in this way we can increase the processing speed of the query. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now, disadvantages of SQL. First disadvantage is SQL doesn't provide the programmers with the techniques of condition checking, like if else, if elif, and if. These type of the syntax are not in SQL. There is no syntax related to looping, while, for loop, but looping constructs is in PLSQL. There is no constructs for branching. Second drawback, SQL statements are processed to Oracle engine one at a time. I have already told about that one query is executed at a time. But if we write all the SQL statements in a PLSQL block at once, we can execute all the SQL statements. So here traffic increases and speed obviously will be decreased. This is the second drawback of SQL. Then third drawback, SQL has no facility of error checking during the manipulation of data. But in PL/SQL, there is an exception handling block, and we can handle the run type error with the help of that exception block. These are the various drawbacks of SQL, and we can remove these drawbacks in PL/SQL block. Features of PL/SQL: procedural language SQL. PL/SQL is basically a procedural language which provides the functionality of decision making, iteration, and many more features of procedural programming languages. PL/SQL can execute a number of queries in one block using single command. One can create a PL/SQL unit such as procedures, functions, packages, triggers, and types, which are stored in the database for reuse by different applications. So we achieve reusability through PL/SQL. There is no need to write code again and again. Why? Because these blocks we can store in database, in data dictionary, and whenever we need, we can execute that block. Did you get it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, next, PL/SQL provides a feature to handle the exception which occurs in PL/SQL block known as exception handling block. As you all know, runtime error we can handle with the help of exception. Then we raise the exception, and then control goes to the exception block, and in exception block we define how to handle that runtime error. Then next, applications written in PL/SQL are portable to computer hardware or operating system, where Oracle is optional. So PL/SQL block are portable, and we can execute that block from any machines. PL/SQL offers extensive error checking mechanisms, but in SQL there is no extensive error checking mechanisms. So these are the various features of PL/SQL. Now, difference between SQL and PL/SQL. Obvious, SQL is a single query that is used to perform data manipulation language, data definition language, and other one is transaction control language and data control languages. But PL/SQL is a block of codes that used to write the entire program, blocks, procedure, or functions. I will demonstrate how to write procedure, how to write functions using PL/SQL construct. Now, SQL is a declarative that defines what needs to be done rather than how things need to be done. So this is the just like non-procedural, but in PL/SQL is a procedural that defines how the things need to be done. In SQL, execute as a single statement, and here execute as a whole block. Through this, we can reduce the traffic. And SQL mainly used to manipulate the data, and this is mainly used to create an application. If we want to develop any application program, then we have to use PL/SQL block. But in SQL there are various commands, DDL, DML, DCL, and TCL. We can perform only those operations which are mentioned in set of various commands. SQL cannot contain PL/SQL code in it, but PL/SQL can contain the SQL code. That is why we say PL/SQL is an extension of SQL. So these are the difference between SQL and procedural language SQL. Now see here, the basic unit in PL/SQL is a block. All PL/SQL programs are made up of blocks which can be nested within each other. Generally, there are three blocks. One is declaration block. If we want to declare various variables, we will declare between declare and begin. here we can declare the statements, and within begin and end we can write SQL statements, output statements, processing statements, and then assignment. We can assign value within the begin and end block. And there is another block exceptions. If any runtime error occurs between begin and end, we can throw that error, we can raise that runtime error, and immediately control goes to this block, and in this block we can handle the runtime error. This block is optional. Declaration block is optional, and exception block is also optional. This is also optional, but begin and end are mandatory block. We have to write begin and end, and in this we can write various SQL statements, processing statements, and output statements. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
It is just like C program. In C, beginning is represented by this braces and end is represented by this. And here, begin and end. We can say that in C, opening braces, and this is the end. This indicates that termination state. Okay, and here we declare the various variables, and between begin and end we write the various statements, and in exceptions block we can handle various runtime error which occurs during the execution. Okay, did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is the structure of PL/SQL block. Okay. Now see here. There are several PL/SQL identifiers such as variables, constants, procedures, cursors, triggers. Variables, as you all know, variable represents the memory locations, and on that location we store the value. So variables in PL/SQL must declare prior to its use, and where we declare that variables in declaration section. They should have a valid name and data type. Suppose we have any variable name v1, so here we will write v1. Then data type, suppose data type is var_char2, and then size is 20, and then again if we want to assign any values in this, then assignment operator is this, and here we can assign the value. Okay, and if we set here not null, then null value we can't assign in this variable. So just like in SQL, during the creation of the table we declare various data types, and here also the data types is like that data type which we use in SQL during the creation of the table. Varchar, date, number, these are the data type, and we can declare variables, user defined variables of that type. Okay. And in PL/SQL, generally if you want to show any output on the monitor, so you have to write set server output on. Then only we can use the functions dbms _output dot put line. So dbms output is a package, and this is the method, and through this we can display the value of variable. But to enable this method we have to set server output on. Why? Because it creates a buffer, and value will first store in that buffer, and from that buffer value will go on the screen. Did you get it? So this is very important syntax. set server output on. If you want to display any variable through this method, put line method, and put line method is a part of dbms output. Okay, in C we'll write printf, and here we will write dbms underscore output dot put underscore line for displaying the value of variable on the monitor. Or if you want to store any string, then you can directly write that string within the single quote. Suppose we want to display hello string on the monitor, then we will write dbms output dot put line, and in bracket in single quote we will write hello, and in this way we can display this string on the monitor. So see here, this is the declaration section, and here variable 1 is of integer type, variable 2 is of float type, and variable 3 is of varchar, and begin and end we write the SQL statements. So here we do the processing, and after processing we can display the output on the monitor. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now see here the example of a simple program. Here first we write set server output on, then in declaration section this is a user defined variable var, and data type of this variable is varchar2 and size is 40, and here we assign the string I love India in this var, and within the begin and end we write dbms output dot put line, and here we write the name of the variable, and when we will execute this block then output will be I love India, and this message PL SQL procedure successfully completed. So in this way we can write the program. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes,
I
sir.
will demonstrate it through PL SQL block. Here suppose we want to enter the data from keyboard, then here we write syntax like this: a number, then assignment operator ampersand a, then from keyboard you have to enter the value, and that value will be assigned into a, and similarly from keyboard we will give the input, and that value will be assigned to b. In this way we can take input from the keyboard. Then suppose if we want to write a program for adding the two number, then we declare a, then b, and through this syntax addition of a and b we store into c, and then with the help of this method we can display the sum of a and b is c, and this is the concatenation operator. If we write two value, okay, if we write this concatenation operation between two things, then this syntax concatenate the two value or two string. So here sum of, then concatenation operation a, then concatenation operation in bracket and then b is equal to c. In this way we can format our output. So here keyboard a program will ask the input for a, enter the value for a, we will enter 2, then enter the value for b, we will enter 3, then sum of 2 and 3 is 5, and this output will be displayed on monitor. So let me demonstrate the program. Okay, so should I go for demonstrating the program? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is SQL screen is visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Then let me connect this screen, connect system manager. Is SQL prompt appears to you all? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Let me enlarge the text. Okay. Select or from EMP. Okay. Now it is connected to Oracle database. Here we are going to write the program for the addition of two numbers. Okay. So here first we write a declaration section, declare. After that we declare the variable. Suppose we declare a number 5. Then second variable b number 5. Okay. Now another variable c number. Okay. In begin block, here we declare the assign the value 5 into a. Then we assign 8 into b. And in processing we write c equal to a plus b. After performing addition, value will be stored in c. And then displaying the value, we will write dbms underscore output dot put line. Okay. And here suppose we write sum of, then concatenation operator, sum of, and here we will write a. Why? Because we want to display the value of a. And again concatenate string and then we want to display the value of b. Again string is equal to, and after that we want to display the value of c, and in c we have sum of a and b. And here we write end. Exception block is an optional. We will explain later how do we handle the exception. Now if we want to execute this, then we have to type forward slash. See here, PL SQL procedure successfully completed. If we get this message, PL SQL procedure successfully completed, it indicates that your program has no syntax error. Did you get it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But there is no output. Why? Why we have no output? Because we haven't execute the syntax set server output on. Did you get it? If we set server output on, then you will get the output of the program. So very important, initially you have to execute that command. Then there is no need to execute that program repeatedly. Only once we have to execute that command. So what was that command? Set server output. Now if we want to execute, then see here, sum of 5 and 8 is 13. Did you get it? Now there is no space between 5 and 8. For that we have to change here sum of a and, here you have to give a space, then save it, and again if we will execute this program, then see sum of 5 and 8 is equal to 13. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
We can make any program in this PL/SQL. Suppose you want to calculate the factorial of any given number, you can write program using PL/SQL. If you want to print the Fibonacci series, then you can write the program for that in PL/SQL. We can do programming in PL/SQL, procedural language SQL. Okay. Now suppose we want to make a general program, then we should take input from the keyboard. Okay. For that, what is the syntax? A, assignment operator, ampersand A. So here now I am going to change to make general program. So instead of assigning a value, we will take input from the keyboard. So here in place of value we will pass the address, and here also we will pass the address. Now I am going to save this program and then execution. See here, enter the value of A 45, then enter the value of B 67. Now sum of 45 and 67 is 112. So this is the general program. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
So either you assign the value at compile time, or during run time you assign value through keyboard. Okay. Now if you want to make program to calculate the factorial of a given number, then what will you do? We need looping construct. So looping construct is in PL/SQL. Using that construct, we can develop a program to find out the factorial of a given number. So what is the logic behind that? How we calculate the factorial of a given number? Please let me know. Hello.
And
Please speak. Hello. What will
Yes,
we
sir.
do? What is the logic for
सर हमें
calculating?
तो
n into n
एक
minus
नंबर
1.
चाहिए होगा.
Okay, we will enter a number, then fact equal to fact into I, and I
Yes,
की
sir.
value 1 to n
लगानी होगी.
or n to 1. ठीक है? Either by incrementing the value of the counter we can calculate the factorial, or by decrementing the counter we can calculate the factorial of a given number. So fact equal to fact into I, and I is a counter value. In this way we can calculate the factorial of a given number. So for that we need looping construct. In C language we use for loop, and here also there are various looping constructs, we will write loop and then end loop. Then we can use also for loop. Okay, so any loop we can use for finding out the factorial of a given number. So through program, loop construct will be clear to you all. Okay, I am not going to teach you looping construct, then conditional construct, and then write the program. Actually, if you know C language, then you can easily understand the looping constructs of PL/SQL, conditional statement of PL/SQL. Only syntax is different, but logic is same. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now I am going to write the program for calculating the factorial of a given number. So please see here. Declare, and in declaration section we have a variable, and this is of number type. Then again output will be stored in this variable, and suppose size of this variable is also 5. Then we need another variable I, number, here 5. Now in begin and end block, here suppose we take the value from the keyboard. Okay. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now here in I we store 1. Then what will we do? We will write loop. Here we will write loop, and within the loop we will write f equal to f into I, and then I equal to I plus 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we will write exit when I is less than 1. Okay, and then end loop. Okay, and here we will write dbms output dot put line then this is the syntax of AND. Please see the logic. Here we will write AND. Now let me see. Enter the value 4. Then no
Sir.
output.
सर I लेस देन F तक होगा ना सर? 1 लिख रखा है आपने.
Actually I equal to 1, and here we are incrementing the value.
Yes,
We
sir.
are incrementing the value.
नहीं सर, लूप वाले में सर exit when I less than 1. सर I तो 1 से ज्यादा है ही।
ओके,
Sir, I less than F.
एग्जिट व्हेन
n+1 होगा।
सर F तक होगा ना वो।
एक और हाँ, लेट मी चेक इट हियर। I is incrementing 1 by 1, so here we will write when I is less than
F
n+1
fact into 1. Okay, and we are not decrementing, we are incrementing the, and exit कब हो जाए, कब
Sir,
exit हो,
I less than F
I less than
F
F, तो I की वैल्यू इंक्रीमेंट होती जाएगी, I less than F, then इंक्रीमेंट हो जाए। Okay, and through decrement we can also write the program. Let me check. N equal to number 5, begin, we take the value of n from keyboard 5. Okay, then actually in F we have to assign the value of n, we have to assign the value of, no sorry, we have to assign a value 1 in F also, maybe it will be garbage value, and then 1 into 1, then 2, then I is less than F greater than. Now it should be executed. Let me check. See here, 6. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Actually, what was wrong in the program? We haven't assigned the value, ठीक है, in variable F. So maybe by default 0 is stored in F. That's why program is not displaying the output. Okay, so you can, any logic you can apply. Suppose if we store F with value of n, then what will you do? Hello. If we assign, sorry, if we assign here the value n, then here we will write I equal to I minus 1, and then loop condition for exiting from the loop. What will be the condition? Please let me know. Hello. Then loop condition should be
I less than 1
I
greater than 1
I
less than
1
1. See here, factorial of 4 is 24. If we want to format the output, suppose we want factorial of 4 is 24, then what will we do? What will we do? Here we will write factorial of, then value of n, then factorial of n, then is equal to again concatenation, and here we will write the value of f. Did you get it? first this string will be displayed, then here value of n will be displayed, then this string whatever we write within single quote will be displayed, and after that value of f will be displayed. So in this way we can format the output. Now see the output of this program. Factorial of 5 equal to 120. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Is this interesting thing? Now please
Yes.
prepare program using PL/SQL constructs. So here syntax is within begin and end, just like opening braces and ending braces we write the things, and here there is no indentation problem, so we can write without indentation, program will be executed. Okay, and this is the loop starting and this is the end of the loop, end loop and then end loop. Okay, and this is for displaying the output of the variable. Suppose here if we want to use conditional statement, so for conditional statement this syntax will be replaced by this thing. Here we will write if I is less than 1, then exit, and we have to write and if we are using conditional statement if, then we have to write and if. Okay, through this conditional statement we can exit from the loop. So let me execute this syntax also. I think the end if, there should not be any space between end and if. Okay, encountered the symbol loop when expecting one of the following: if end of file. Let me check. Loop, then if I is less than 1, then exit, and then end if. Okay, factorial of 4 equal to 24. Did you get it? Here semicolon was missing. Okay, so if I is less than 1, then exit and exit from the loop, otherwise loop will continue. Did you get it? Hello, I am audible. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In this way
Yes,
you
sir.
can, in this way you can learn the control structure. There is no need to remember the syntax. Make a program and then use the construct. So here you are using looping construct, then conditional construct, and this whole syntax we can replace with exit when I is less than 1. Or you can use conditional statement. This is called conditional statement. If, then condition is true, then exit. Suppose if we want to on true condition we want to execute some set of the instructions, and on false we want to execute another set of the instructions, then we will use else. If else, then end if. If elif, then else, and if. All the conditional statements are in PLSQL, and you can use that conditional statements. While construct is also in this. Suppose we want to make this program through while constructs. So here we will write while I is less than 1. While I is less than 1, then loop, and then there is no need to write this. And let me check, is it the correct syntax or not? Factorial of 4 is 1. Actually, there is some syntax error. So while I is less than 1, then loop f equal to f into I, and I equal to I minus 1, and then end loop, and in I we store this thing. So while I is less than, then loop, let me check. This is just like English language, then is not allowed. So it may be bracket while I is less
I
than.
greater than 1 होना चाहिए.
What?
I
Okay.
greater than 1.
Okay. Because we are decrementing the things. You are right. See here, factorial of 4 equal to 24. Did you get it? So through while construct, we can also make the program. So here we will write while in bracket condition, then loop and loop. So unless condition is true, loop will be executed. As soon as condition false, exit from the loop. Did you get it? And without bracket, let me execute this syntax. I think it should be executed. See here, factorial of 5 equal to 120. So condition was wrong. Actually, never enter into the loop. Why? Because condition was I is less than 1. But condition should be I is greater than 1. Why? Because we are decrementing the counter. Did you get it? Hello. Hello. Now
Yes,
assignment is write a program in PLSQL to print the Fibonacci series. This is the home assignment. Okay. In next lecture, I will tell you about how we create the cursor, and then how we use various SQL statements in PLSQL. How we develop various business logics using PLSQL. Suppose you have a web page on front end, and if you click any button, then that PLSQL program will be executed. Why? Because at server end, that logic will be executed, and then we retrieve the information from the database and display to the user. Only user send a request by clicking the button. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now time is over. In next lecture, I will explain about how we retrieve the value from table into the variable and then do the processing. Okay. Let me stop the recording.